Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So Hare Krishna to everyone. Welcome to today's class. Tomorrow we will be celebrating Diwali. Just making sure everyone is awake. Yes, we will be celebrating Janmashtami tomorrow, the appearance day of Lord Shri Krishna. So we will speak on the appearance of Lord Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, verse number 9, Krishna says, Janma karma chame divyam evam yo veti tatvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. He says, one who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, after quitting this body, take another birth in this material world, but attains to my eternal abode, O Arjuna. So basically, in that verse, Krishna is giving us a formula how to go back to Godhead. If we want to go to the spiritual world, all we have to do is to understand not just the appearance and activities, but transcendental nature of his appearance and his activities. Now, before speaking about Krishna's appearance, let's look at the backdrop. Kamsa was the son of Ugrasena, and Devaki was the daughter of Devak, and Vasudev was the son of Shurasena. So Devak, Shurasena, Ugrasena, they were brothers. They had one more brother. So Kamsa, he was very affectionate towards Devaki. And so he himself found Vasudev as husband for Devaki. He chose. And not only that, he even arranged a beautiful ceremony, marriage ceremony of Devaki and Vasudev, because he had so much affection for her. And then after marriage, he was taking Devaki in the chariot along with Vasudev to Vasudev's house. At that time, there was Akashvani. What is Akashvani? It's a miraculous sound in the sky. And it said, "Oh, foolish Kamsa, do you know Devaki's 8th child will kill you?" What do you think Kamsa did? He said, "Oh yeah, no problem." No, he took out his sword and he caught hold of Devaki's hair and he was ready to kill Devaki. At that time, Vasudev stopped him. Vasudev was very well versed in scriptures. He knew all the knowledge from the Shastras. And he knew that Kamsa was demoniac in nature. You know, in Bhagavad Gita, there's a chapter, Divine and Demoniac Natures. There we get knowledge about who is divine and who is demoniac. And Kamsa falls in the category of demoniac people. So he thought, let me save Devaki now, and I will think about my 8th child afterwards. Because if Devaki is not there, where will the children come from, right? So he started preaching to Kamsa. He said, look, if you kill your sister now, your reputation will be tainted with blood. Why? First of all, she's your sister. Secondly, she's a woman. And thirdly, she is just married. So you should think twice before killing Devaki. And then he also said that, as Lord Krishna says, that for those who have taken birth, they are sure to die. And after death, they are sure to be born again. So everyone has to be born and die. Also, this whole chakra, this whole cycle happens based on past karma. So you don't have to worry. And I promise you, I will give you all my children. and you can do whatever you want with them. Now, the only thing that convinced Kamsa was this promise, because he knew Vasudev would do anything, but he would never break a promise. Any one of us have done some promises in our lives? Broken them? Of course. Right? Sometimes they say promises are made to be broken. But Kamsa knew Vasudev would never do that. So he released Devaki. And he told them, okay, you can go home. After some time, the first child was born. His name was Kirtiman. And Vasudev, because he was true to his word, he took the baby and went to Kamsa and said, here is my first child. Kamsa was so happy. Of course, he knew Vasudev will never break his promise, but he was so happy and he immediately felt compassion. He said, it's the 8th child that is going to kill me. So why should I worry about the first one? You can take him back home, no problem. So Vasudev is walking back with Kirtiman back to his house and he's thinking, I don't trust Kamsa. He's demoniac in nature. He can change his mind anytime. And sure enough, the demigods, they were not happy. Why would the demigods not be happy if the first child is saved? Does anyone know why?
Because the sin was not like the child.
Ghada nahi bhar gaya tha, yes. But there's another reason. Demigods wanted Kamsa to kill all the children so that Krishna will appear faster. This way, if the first child is saved, then Devaki Vasudev will take a long time to have a second baby and then a long time to have a third baby. So they didn't want that. They wanted Krishna's descent quickly. So they sent Narad Muni to Kamsa. Who is Narad Muni? Who reaches the right time at the right place to the right people to say the right thing. Is that true?
Yes.
Spiritually, true, but materially, maybe not. Right? So there comes Narad Muni and he tells Kamsa, what did you do? You let the first child go away? You saved the first child? You don't know. In your previous birth, you were a demon named Kalanemi. And you were killed by Vishnu. And now again in this life, you will be killed by Vishnu again. Right? So, another important point, Narad Muni said, you never know. Akashvani said 8th child, but it can be first child, second child, third child, any number. The Lord is not going to just follow whatever, the Akashvani. It's his will. He can come in any number, in any order. So, I'm trying to mute those who are not muted.
You can do it.
Yeah, I'm doing, but it's again going back to unmute. So, anyway.
It's muted.
I can do mute all.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So where was I?
So I didn't know that which one, the first one, second one, anyone. Like,
Yes, and it can be in any order. The Lord can come in any order. So you should not, relax yourself. Kamsa's tube light on. You say, oh yes. He called Devaki Vasudev with the baby. Took Kirtiman and smashed the head of Kirtiman, and Kirtiman is dead. And he put Devaki and Vasudev in prison. So Narad Muni did his work, whatever he had to, and he was gone. So like that, 6 total sons were killed of Devaki. 6 sons. So Kirtiman and 5 other brothers of his were smashed to the ground or smashed to the wall, and they were killed in the prison house. Now a question may arise, who were those 6 sons. Would you all like to know who were those 6 sons? Yes, besides Kirtiman and his brothers. Well, in the beginning, they were the sons of Marichi. Marichi is the son of Lord Brahma, who appeared from the mind of Brahma. Sorry, not from here. Mind is in the heart. So he appeared from the mind of Brahma. So these 6 sons were grandsons of Lord Brahma. And one day, these grandsons approached Lord Brahma and they said that you have such an opulent post and you have such an opulent kingdom. How did you get that? So Lord Brahma just said, I just performed austerities, that's all. So these 6 sons said, oh, let us also go and perform some austerities. So they were trying to copy Brahma. You know what my grandfather has done, let us also do that. And not only that, these 6 sons had once laughed at Lord Brahma when he was running after his daughter. So Lord Brahma cursed these 6 sons, sons of Marichi, his own grandsons, that you will be born as demons. And they appeared as demons in the kingdom of Kalanemi, these 6 sons. And these 6 sons were also cursed by Hiranyakashipu, that your own father will kill you. Because they also at that time wanted to perform austerities like Hiranyakashipu. You know, so Hiranyakashipu, like, you want to be like me? I curse you. And now Kalanemi, he has come as Kamsa, and these 6 sons have now come as sons of Devaki, and they are being killed by Kamsa, who was their father in their previous life. So what is the significance of these 6 sons? They are 6 anarthas in our heart. Just like these 6 sons were killed, we need to kill these 6 anarthas from our heart. Lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, illusion. We need to remove them from our heart. Only when we remove, then the 7th child, which is Lord Balaram, will come, who is the original spiritual master. Then he will guide us with his instructions and help us so that the 8th child, Lord Krishna, will descend in our hearts. So important. Remove the anarthas, and then with the help of gurus, instructions, and guidance, be able to realize Krishna within the heart, descent of Krishna within the heart. This is the significance of these 6 sons. So now, the 7th child was Lord Balaram. We celebrated Balaram Jayanti recently. Was it last Sunday, right? Last Sunday we celebrated. So Lord Balaram is the first expansion of Krishna, and he descended for a purpose. He wanted to make Devaki's heart and womb, what is that word?
Purified?
Not just purified, there is a special word for that. Sanitize. In those days, there was no need for sanitization. Prepare. Yes, that was the word I was looking for. Prepare. Prepare Devaki's heart and womb for Lord Krishna to descend. That was the purpose. And that is what Guru does. The spiritual master, that is the original spiritual master, which is Lord Balaram, he helps us to prepare our heart for the descent of Lord Krishna. And at that time, Lord Krishna instructed his energy, Yogamaya, to attract Lord Balaram from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini, who was living with Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Maya. And he also instructed Yogamaya to take birth in the house of Yashoda. At the same time, when the Lord, Supreme Lord Krishna, is going to descend in Devaki's heart. Now, when I gave this knowledge about the 6 sons of Devaki, who were sons of Kalanemi, sons of Marichi. This knowledge is mentioned in Harivamsha Vishnu Parva 2nd chapter. That's where you can find this knowledge. So now that Lord Balram has been moved from the womb of Devaki to the womb of Rohini. So now the original spiritual master has already appeared. He has already come. Bona fide spiritual master is very, very, very essential in our spiritual lives. Without a bona fide spiritual master, we cannot really progress in spiritual life. He is the one who can guide us. He's the one who can give us instructions and show us the way how to attain Krishna Prema. Talking about genuine guru, I had heard one lecture where one of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada was relating his experience before he came to Srila Prabhupada. Yeah, they look good. Yes. It's good to have that too. You need bodily strength and you need spiritual strength at the same time. So where was I? Oh yes, Prabhupada's disciple. So he was relating his experience. He was saying that he was living as a roommate. I think it was in New York, I'm not too sure. So he was living as a roommate, and his roommate would insist that he come and meet his guru. But this devotee, he just wanted to know who is God. He was very curious to know who is God. What is the purpose of life? Why am I here? All these questions he had, but he didn't know whom to ask. So one day, because his roommate insisted so much, he went to go meet his guru with him. So when they went there, the guru, told this devotee that, you want to know who is God? I can show you God. All you have to do is give me $100 and yes, that is a first red flag. When the guru is asking you for money, that's a red flag. That's not bona fide. So he said, you give me $100 and I'll give you a secret mantra. And if you chant that secret mantra, you will see God. Maybe you can sit separately, one here, one there. I'm talking to you, one here, one there.
Can you come? You can come.
One of you.
One of you. Come.
So, where was I? Oh, yes, I will give you a secret mantra. So then in his ear, of course, he took out $100 and gave, and in his ear, he got the secret mantra. I said, devotee was shocked. What kind of mantra is this? But he didn't say anything. You can't say that in front of Guru. What nonsense, you can't say that. So he went home and he started practicing that mantra. And he was supposed to keep it secret and chant it secretly and then see the difference. There will be enlightenment. After some days, he, chanted, nothing happened. So he asked his roommate, nothing is happening. What about you? He said, oh yes, I'm feeling enlightened. I've also got a secret mantra. So then this devotee said, can you share your mantra? Because maybe I heard it wrong. Maybe I should chant yours. He said, okay, but I'm giving it to you, but don't let Guru know that I shared it with you. And when he told him in his ear the secret mantra, it was the same mantra. So the Guru earned $200 for the same mantra, right? You all want to try it? Why not? Try it. Close your eyes. All of you, close your eyes. I can see you all. Close your eyes. I can see if you have not.
How much money you have to give? Right?
No, it's free. Today it's free. Janmashtami. It's a Janmashtami discount sale. discount sale Janmashtami, $0. No money. It's free. Just try it out. Okay. Even the ones on Zoom, close your eyes and repeat after me. You have not closed your eyes. Close your eyes and repeat after me the secret mantra. Okay. That's the secret mantra. You all are laughing, but these devotees were chanting this for every day for enlightenment. What do we learn from this? Bona fide guru is very, very important in spiritual life. Don't we try to find bona fide schools, bona fide colleges, bona fide teachers for music, dancing, karate, everything, right? So why not in spirituality? Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshi vidu sakalena mahata yogo nashtaha parantapa. Krishna tells Arjuna in chapter 4, verse number 2, that this spiritual science, Bhagavad Gita is not a religious book. This spiritual science must be received in a strict disciplic succession. So that is the importance of Lord Balram's appearance. He is the original spiritual master. So then after Lord Balram has appeared and he has already gone he's been moved to the womb of Rohini, he's appeared there in Gokul. Now it is time for Krishna to appear. He actually appeared 5,429 years ago from now. And in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 2, verse 16, gives the description of how Krishna descended. First, Krishna descended in the mind of Vasudeva. And at that time, immediately Vasudeva felt enlightened with knowledge. And he carried Krishna within his heart. From there, Krishna descended in the mind of Devaki. And then she carried him within her heart. And from the heart of Devaki, Krishna appeared outside, not from the womb. Srila Prabhupada says in the purport for this verse that there was no need for Krishna to live in the womb of Devaki. He appeared from the heart. And when he appeared outside, he did not appear like an ordinary child. He was in Vishnu form with club, lotus, Sudarshan chakra, and Shankh, conch. Beautifully decorated with ornaments and yellow garments, effulgent. I forgot to mention when Krishna appeared in the heart of Devaki, at that time Devaki became opulent, like she was effulgent, she was glowing. And at that time the demigods came in the prison house invisibly, offering prayers to the Lord because they knew the Lord is going to appear now. So now here, the Lord is there in front of Devaki and Vasudeva, and they are struck with wonder. What do you think will happen to us if Krishna appears right here, right now, in front of us? What will we do? Hey, what's up?
We will faint.
We will faint? I hope not, because we want to have darshan of the Lord. We don't want to faint and not be able to see him.
How do we recognize him?
How do we recognize him? Just now I said, right? He will be in with the four symbols: conch, Sudarshan chakra, club, and lotus flower. Beautiful yellow garments and beautiful ornaments, right? Kaustubh jewel. All this Srivatsa mark. So these are the symbols by which we can recognize who is God. Now the question may arise, why did he not appear in an ordinary child form? The reason is because he wanted to remind Devaki and Vasudeva of the benediction that they had received. So Devaki and Vasudev, in their previous births, they were Prishni and Sutapa. And they had performed very severe austerities for 12,000 celestial years. Do you know the difference? Can you tell the difference between material years and celestial years? Yes, let's say in a very simple calculation would be that 1 year over here is only 24 hours over there, celestial years. See, any math experts who can calculate? No. Impossible to even imagine. It's inconceivable. 12,000 celestial years they performed austerities. And that time Krishna appeared before them and said, what can I do for you? How can I help you? And they asked for benediction. What was the benediction? They said, we want a son like you. What do you think Krishna said? No. There's no one like me. There's only one person. That's just me, original. There's no one like me. So then they said, okay, then we want you as our son. He said, yes, that I can do. And Krishna gave the benediction, I'll come as your son 3 times. So as Prishni and Sutapa, he came as Prishni Garbha. As Aditi and Kashyapa, he came as Vamanadev. And now as Devaki and Vasudev, he has come in his original Krishna form. This was just to remind them of the benediction they had received. So we see that once, I don't know how many of you have heard what happens after Krishna's appearance, but there are beautiful things that happen at that time. Vasudev started offering prayers to the Lord. He was also well versed in scriptures. And he started offering prayers, and he was so struck with wonder, he could not believe that here is the Lord right in front of me. And then Devaki started offering prayers to the Lord. And then finally she begged the Lord. She said, I am very afraid. I have already lost 7. She didn't know 7th one is still there in Gokul, right? Shri Balram. She said, I've lost all my children. If you stand here like this in this form, Kamsa will kill you. So you please become an ordinary child. And sure enough, Krishna became like an ordinary child. And at that time, Vasudeva and Devaki, they forgot that they had seen the Lord. They forgot that this is the Lord in the basket that they have, because Krishna wanted them to relish that Vatsalya Bhav, right? That parental affection with the child. So as soon as Krishna became a small ordinary child, the guards fell asleep, the prison house door opened, the shackles were removed, and Vasudev put Krishna, baby Krishna, in the basket and started going towards his friend's house in Gokul, Nanda Maharaj, Nanda and Yashoda's house. But what happened as soon as he came out, there was so much heavy rain, like a thunderstorm, and he was afraid the baby will fall sick. But then Sheshanag came and covered Krishna with his hoods so that baby Krishna does not get wet. But then now he had to cross the Yamuna. And Yamuna was ecstatic because Yamuna wanted to see Krishna. And so her waves were so very high that they were covering up even all the way up to the head of Vasudeva. And he could barely cross the river because Yamuna was in full ecstasy. And Krishna understood. So what did he do? He took out his foot from the basket and let Yamuna touch his feet. Then Yamuna was satisfied. Oh, I have been touched by the lotus feet of Krishna. And then she calmed down and she even made a path for Vasudev to just walk across Yamuna and go on the other side to Gokul. He quietly went. Yashoda was sleeping. Everyone was asleep. He put baby Krishna there and he took Yogamaya in the basket and came back to the prison house because, someone has to be there. And that was Krishna's instructions. As soon as he came back with Yogamaya, the shackles were back on, prison gate was closed, the guards awoke and the baby was crying and they all rushed to Kamsa and said, child is born, and here Kamsa. 8th child is born, my Kal, one who's going to kill me. And he comes rushing to the prison house and he's shocked. A girl is born? But a boy was supposed to kill me. Your son was supposed to kill me. Oh, I remember Narad Muni. What did he say? He can come in any form, any order, anywhere, anytime. Maybe this is the Lord. So he picked up the baby, and as he was going to smash the head of the baby, what happened? She slipped from his hands and she went up there and she assumed her Yogamaya form. And she said, foolish Kamsa, the 8th child who's supposed to kill you is alive, he's already born, he's gone. And she disappeared. This is how Lord Krishna appeared. So this is the transcendent. What does Krishna say? Janma karma chame divyam. The janma and the karma, the appearance and the activities of the Lord are transcendental. They are something not material, something that we cannot understand in a material sense. It is transcendental. We've heard about many pastimes of Lord Krishna. I don't know if there's time to relate pastimes of Krishna. There's time? Okay. Because I've been speaking almost 1 hour already. 45 minutes already.
Maybe you can summarize quick.
Oh, okay. Finish pastimes quickly. So we've heard that Krishna, he killed many demons. Prabhupada used to say that Krishna would kill a demon after breakfast, another after lunch, another after dinner. So many demons he would kill every day. And the first one that comes to my mind is Putana. Putana, who was sent by, all these demons were sent by Kamsa because he knew that there is the 8th child in Gokul. So he would send demons after demons after demons, and Krishna would kill all of them. And here Putana was also killed by Krishna. But because she tried to nurse Krishna, even though she applied poison and she tried to nurse Krishna, he gave her the position of a mother after her death. Then there was Trinavarta. Trinavarta came as a whirlwind. He picked up Krishna and he started going up, up, up like a tornado. But then Krishna, he became so heavy for him that he was being gradually pulled down, 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 and then finally Krishna killed him. There was another one, Aghasur, who was actually like a big snake. And at that time, these cowherd boys, they thought that, okay, this is a nice place, to kind of play. And they went inside. What did Krishna do? He went in and he expanded himself so much that Aghasur could not bear it and he got killed. Then there was also another one, Arishtasur, who came like a huge bull. Krishna caught hold of his horns and, swirled him round, 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 broke his horns and then killed him. There was Bakasur, like a stork, the long-legged, the one with, it's called a wading bird with a long bill, had swallowed Krishna, Krishna's friends, and Krishna went in and he bifurcated the mouth. This is how. So he killed many, many demons like that. But one that is very, very dear to me is the fruit vendor, right? There was in olden days, there was barter system. where you give something and you get something in return, right? If you, like this fruit vendor, when she would go to sell, you know, like in India, in baskets, they put bhaji and fruits and they say, bhaji le lo, fal le lo, kind of, you know. So here, this fruit vendor had the basket on her head and she was walking. Or someone says, Snigna says, fruit vendor story is my favorite too. So I have a friend who also likes that story. So she was carrying fruits and she was loudly saying, you know, announcing her arrival, and Krishna heard and he felt like eating fruits. So what did he do? He was a little boy, you know, wearing ankle bells and, you know, jewelry and, you know, and here he picked up a handful of grains and he started walking towards the fruit vendor. Chum, 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 he started going. But because he was little, his fingers were also little, the grains were falling off from the sides. And by the time he reached the fruit vendor, there were only a few grains in his hand. And he offered that to the fruit vendor. When the fruit vendor saw Krishna, she was mesmerized. How can someone be so attractive? So beautiful, black curly hair, bluish, lotus-like eyes. Look at all the jewelry he's wearing. He's so opulent. She was so mesmerized that she forgot she's selling fruits. She took those little grains and looking at Krishna's face, she started giving all the fruits that were there in her basket. She started putting all on his tiny little hands and arms. She started emptying her basket. She emptied her basket. For what? Just a few grains. That instant love for Krishna. And then Krishna took all those fruits, chum, 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 chum. He went back inside the house. And this fruit vendor was not at all sad that, oh, today I've not earned anything at all my fruits are gone. What did I get? Few grains that are, you know, not much value. But when she looked down, what did she see? Lots of fruits in there, right? No, there was gold, silver, pearls, diamonds. It was full of treasure. She could hardly pick the basket and put it on her head and go home. This is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Ye yathama prapadyante tam satheva bhajamyaham mama vartamano vartante manushya partha sarvash. Everyone has to follow my path, Krishna says, either now, later, or after next life, or after many lifetimes, but everyone must follow my path. And he says, as one surrenders unto me, I reward them accordingly. Now one may say, let me get a basket of fruit, right? Offer it to Krishna. And when I look down, what will be there? Diamond said, no. He's giving us the whole formula in the Bhagavad Gita, how we can surrender unto him. Now, when our birthdays come, what do? Woohoo! We are so excited, right? We are waiting. Who is the one who will call me first? Did I send you the message first? Woohoo! Then that person is my friend. Midnight. Who is going to call me at midnight is my best friend. We are excited, birthday. And afterwards, what do we expect? A party. Nice cake, balloons, gifts. Gifts! How can we forget gifts? Right? We want gifts. Nowadays, children tell you what they want for their birthday. My grandson tells me 1 month in advance what he wants for his birthday. And by the time the birthday comes, he has already received 3-4 presents. And then on birthday, actual birthday, another demand is there for a present. Now, Krishna's birthday is tomorrow. Have you all prepared for the gifts? How many of you have made your gifts ready for Krishna? Nobody. We must give some gift. Not that he needs it, not that he's expecting it, but it's a nice gesture. What do you think we can give as a gift? There are some ideas I can give you. If we are not chanting, we give Krishna a gift that I will start chanting from tomorrow. If we are already chanting, chant more rounds. If we are already chanting more rounds, then we can give a gift of attentive chanting. We pay attention to what we chant. If you're already doing that, and if you're not reading, we can give a gift of reading Bhagavad Gita. See, these are the ideas of gifts that can please Krishna. Not can, they will please Krishna. So we can give, if we don't want to give something physically, we can give, of course, we can give a gift of wealth, we can give gift of our talent, we can give our time as a gift, right? In doing his service, doing his seva. Talking about talent, I think I have already talked about this in our class on Saturday mornings, but I would like to repeat that. Talking about talent, I always had the desire to learn to sing. I always wanted to learn to sing, but I don't have that talent. So even if I try to learn, I cannot sing, but that's okay. But I had the desire. This was many, many years ago, maybe 25 years ago. I approached a devotee in Mumbai. His name was Shrikant Prabhu. He used to sing so beautifully. So my husband and I approached him. He was a pujari in the temple, Juhu temple. And after he finished the worship of the deities, we asked him, Prabhu, can you teach us to sing? He said, yeah, sure. He said, meet me in the parikrama marg, behind the deities. We will sit there. I'll bring my harmonium and I'll teach you to sing. Do you remember this when I related? You'll have forgotten. Good, good. Kali Yuga memory, you forget. So he sat down and he said, Mataji, he pointed to me and he said, Mataji, you start first. So this is what you have to learn, sa, re, ga, ma, pa. Right? That is how you learn music. Those are basic notes. He said, I'm going to play on the harmonium and I want you to try and sing. So he started playing and I said, sa, re, ga, ma. He said, stop, Mataji. He said, you cannot sing. Please don't try. What an insult. My desire crashed into so many pieces. He didn't even give me a chance to finish sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni, sa. He didn't. Sa, re, ga, ma. He said, Mataji, aapse nahi hoga. Then he asked my husband, would you like to try? He said, no, I'm not interested. He didn't even want to try it. Ek insult ho gaya, fir dusra? No. If you have the talent, give it to Krishna. Use it for Krishna. Right? If I have the talent of giving the knowledge, I give the knowledge. If we have the talent of singing, we sing bhajans for Krishna. So we can use whatever we have been given to us, we can use it in the service of Krishna. So tomorrow is a very auspicious day of Janmashtami, the appearance day of Lord Krishna. So we can, all of us, decide and make a vow that this is the gift we are going to give to the Supreme Lord on his appearance day. Janma karma chame divyam evam yogiti tat. This is the best process, the formula, how we can make our human life successful and go back to the spiritual world. Sri Krishna Janmashtami ki Jai. If anyone has any questions, or